Hi everyone, I'm so excited. I'm standing in one of my favorite trees. I think it's a tulip magnolia. Is that what it's called? Something like that. I don't know, but it's gorgeous. But anyways, congratulations. We made it through the Lionsgate portal, which was very intense. I feel completely different. I'm so grateful. I'm so excited. For a few weeks there, I thought my energy was going to be drained to never return. So I feel fantastic. The earth is completely new. The people are completely new. So much just endless possibilities, so much opportunity. Everything's different now. And we're officially matriarchal, which is funny because when I talk to women about that, they joke like, well, weren't we always? Because women have always been working behind the scenes and supporting men that are in big prominent positions of authority. And yes, there are many working women out there doing just as much, if not more, as men in those roles. That's not what I'm saying. What I am saying is that up until yesterday, it was reasonable for us to think of ourselves as patriarchy and being governed by men, and that most of the roles of authority and power are men. And that's all flipping, that's all changing. The women who were behind the scenes will be up front now, and the men are actually tired. They are going to look forward to this kind of jokingly, like, haha, let's see how good you can do. But they're tired. It's been how many thousands of years that we've put like everything on their shoulders publicly with war and all that, and it's been a hot mess. So I'm super excited about us switching to matriarchal. It's so fun. But the big announcement that I want to make, that I'm so excited because it's going to change everything. Are you ready? Murder doesn't work anymore. Murder does not work anymore. Murdering someone to shut them up does not work anymore. And that has been a tactic of many people for a very long time. And it's no longer valid. The dead people speak freely. They always have. But us mediums and psychics and those of us who communicate with different dimensions and things, we've all been working on a code of ethics where you're only allowed to say certain things if the person asks you. You're only allowed to say certain things depending on different variables of who's still alive and who is passed in the story. And you're only allowed to say certain things about criminal elements, because I've been told a billion times throughout mediumship training by different mediums that spirit is not police. Spirit is not police. But what I figured out in the last 6 months is that police are police. I don't have to be police. I don't have to do anything police related at all. But what I can do is hear from these people, maybe look up a couple things online to see if things even align or don't, because it doesn't have anything to do with me. I don't even remember most of the stuff when people are done talking. It's like a translation, like I'm a Wi-Fi router. Like the message just comes through. I don't have my own memory for that stuff. So a lot of what gets communicated to me, most of it, just disappears after I pass it on. So it's not like I'm walking around knowing everyone's everything. I'm not. And I also wanted to clarify, when I meet you, I cannot see inside your head. I do not know your thoughts. I cannot see your memories. I do not know your intentions. I can feel what you feel like, and then based on that can feel what your loved ones feel like that are no longer on earth, they're in spirit, and I'm able to pass some things along, some messages, and answer questions, things like that. But it's not at all like I'm an X-ray person and I can just walk through a crowd and say, that guy did that and that guy did that. It doesn't work like that at all. But I found the guy that back in February, all of a sudden I was surrounded by all these black men ghosts from major cities of the Great Lakes. And I've lived a long time in the South, so I don't have a lot of experience with people of the major cities of the Great Lakes, but I have enjoyed them immensely. They're mostly ex-cons, mostly OGs, mostly recovering addicts. I mean, these people have been through it. They've learned life lessons. They've been in prison and rehabs and in horrible situations we see on movies that we don't ever have to live through because people like them volunteer to encounter that kind of thing before they even get here, because they're incredibly brave and it's honorable, and I love them. They're wonderful. But my video that I made that I had a very weird day where I met with police, and then the video I made that said Juneteenth Adventure Part 1, I can't even post the Part 2 because it's ongoing. And that's all a result of me talking to police. And since then, I've talked to many, many, many police departments about many, many, many John Doe cases and a Jane Doe case. And they're all very, very sad. And they're very sad old cold cases, because I wanted to start that way because the emotional charge is not as great like if someone was currently missing and they were currently looking for them, which is what these people are. But you know what I'm saying. If it's been since 1982, chances are they're probably not going to come home. That's obvious. I don't feel like I'm hurting anyone's feelings by saying that, but those are the cases that I've started looking into. And I found the guy. He was right. The big black men of the major cities of the Great Lakes. I see you, Detroit. I see you, Cleveland. I see you, Buffalo. And you're awesome. So fun. So fun. So that whole thing, snitches get stitches and wind up in ditches, it doesn't apply anymore. Nobody needs to die anymore to be shut up. Nobody needs to get murdered so that they won't tell the tale that someone else doesn't want them to. Because the mediums are speaking up. The psychics are speaking up. The children who come already tuned into the different dimensions are speaking up. The children are already connected, and we're the ones training it out of them, so we can just stop doing that. And I'm just so excited. There was an expression long ago, maybe for pirates or something, but it said like, dead men tell no lies. And that's right, because they tell the truth. And I went on what I was told. I saw the places, I met the people, I looked up the news articles. I saw this working. And all the other mediums and intuitives and psychics and children and women and God bless you and shamans, all the people that are connected into spirit were not able to offer up information until like 2 days ago. So you're going to see a whole bunch of cold cases suddenly solved. You're going to see a whole bunch of active investigations where fugitives are currently hiding, and then all of a sudden people know where to get them picked up. And I'm not like pro corrections or pro prison. I don't think our corrections is correcting anything, but some of these people are so dangerous and so erratic and into things that I didn't even know were real until a couple months ago, like some dark, dark stuff that you have not even seen in a movie. There are people walking around involved in that. And if we can get them from walking around to being in a facility where they're supervised, I'm for that. And I'm not judging juries. I'm not police. I'm not passing judgment and saying things. I'm just saying, hey, remember that person that da-da-da-da at that thing, and then there was da-da-da? Well, have you ever thought to maybe check so-and-so and look at this business and look at this abandoned building and see if that somehow makes sense? Or maybe the timeline's flipped. I've seen a lot of typos in important information online where all we have to do is say, did you know that's a typo? And then a big long chain of things happen. So big exhale, big relief. I feel fantastic. I am so excited that I found out who this man is, that these ghosts are awesome. They're telling the truth. They're telling on you. Don't come after me. Don't murder me, because you will be found out by other psychics. And I might even have things in place to prevent that, because some of you are really stupid. That's my favorite part, is when I meet these dark people and I say, well, I'm a light worker and I'm psychic and blah, 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 blah. And they go, oh, and they act like they're interested because they don't believe me. And then when they see something moving with no one touching it, or I say something so insanely specific, it's impossible I would know that, then they go, oh, and then I never see them again. So just keep that in mind. Some of us woo-woos that say woo-woo stuff, we can back it up. And we're not scared anymore. Snitches don't get stitches. And I will talk about the beautiful, what's his name? Curtis Jackson. You can either pray or worry. Don't do both. 50 Cent. He said, and I love this, if you commit a crime with a partner and you do that thing together, then the crime is over and you go tell the police on the partner. That is being a rat. That is being a snitch. That's where that came from. That's the origin of that. If you know of people that are doing awful things that are hurting people, you can talk to the police. If you're involved in something, you can talk to the police. If someone has hurt you, you can talk to the police. It's okay. We've had it wrong. We've had whole cultures and groups of people throughout history who thought that they could never go to the police. And that is a terrifying, terrifying, frightening place to be, where people make big dramatic gestures because they think they're in it all on their own, and they're not. They're not. Have faith. Some of these cops were OGs. Some of these cops were addicts. Some of them have had an enormous life change, like parenting or illness or a religion, or, I mean, all these people are just people. There's no way to lump and group and say all of this group is bad, all of these people are good. People are just people. We all have a shadow side. We all do our best, hopefully. So love each other, take care of each other, spread the word. Murder is over. Murder doesn't work anymore. Killing someone does not shut them up. And the implications of that are so exciting because people don't have to die anymore. God bless.